Okay, so I'm sharing a paper with you over here, and this is an example of what I'm requiring you in a term paper. So first of all, obviously here will come your title. Okay, ignore this. It's mistakenly written over here. All right. This is going to be your title first. Then you will have your abstract of the article, your term paper. The abstract would actually, in the first line, you're going to tell about the issue, your objectives, and the novelty of the study, and the technique that you will be using it. So these 3 to 4 things are going to come in your abstract. Okay, followed by that, you're going to have keywords. Okay, keywords are basically some of the keywords, some of the words that on which you can say your article surrounds. For example, this was basically an article about our religion and happiness are on the same side. So the keywords would be happiness, religion. The technique that I employed was SEM, and the other variables that I used were corruption, finance, and crime. So these are some of the key variables. So you need to decide on the keywords. Then you're going to come on the introduction part. This is a type of introduction over here. And over here, you can say that your introduction is going to be designed in such a way that you're going to prove an issue through theory and data. So alone theory is not enough. So for example, if I say something like, I can say, how can one attain the happiness? Many such studies suggest that level of happiness is the key factor of human beings. You can say that. Okay. So again, I'm going to cite it with some literature. This is, you are actually proving your point with some literature. So you can also give some graphs into it. For example, here, this is a graph. And with graph, you can also say that countries that have higher income are also happier. Okay. So again, you're making a point through data and through your theory. Okay. Then your introduction is going to end by telling that, okay, fine, these are the major aims of my study. For example, over here, the study is directed towards 2 major aims, and these are the 2 major aims. This is going to be your first portion. Then you're going to come on the literature review. On the literature review, you can do it both in the both forms, the story way and the individual one. I have already discussed with you. Okay, your literature review will end with a critical review and the gaps in the literature. After that, you're going to have the theoretical framework in or the conceptual linkages in which you're going to write your equation, the theory behind that equation, and you're going to come up with some conceptual linkages. For example, over here, I have made a figure that shows some of the conceptual linkages. This has been built through SEM model. Okay. Then you're going to tell your final equation. All of the variables that you're going to use in your equation must also be cited. For example, if happiness, then happiness has been measured how? Tell that as well. Okay. So after that, you are going to have another section over here. The next section will be of empirical results. Remember, whatever we have done in Stata is basically going to come over here. So you're going to make such kind of a table over here. Then you're going to explain each of the results. We have done a very extensive exercise today in today's lecture, that how to interpret results, how to use theory behind results, and so on. So after that, you are going to come up to the conclusion section. In the conclusion section, you are going to write the conclusion of all of the term paper. That what were your objectives, what were the results of the finding, and you can also have some policy implications. Then they are going to come up with references, and with references, you can also